Hi, this is Lisa Hanfileti, and in this video, we're going to continue with the Practitioner's Guide to Adding Online Income to Your Clinic website. And I just want to back up a little bit and let you know where we are here. So this started with the question posed in the Acupuncture Business Academy Facebook group asking what stops you from opening up an online revenue stream. And by far, the top roadblock to adding this online income seems to be the technology. And this screenshot actually was taken from ABA, and the numbers continue to increase. So, but by far, even though a lot of people have checked all the boxes here, the one that keeps coming up as being the most challenging is the technology and the content creation. So what to actually write about or teach about, and then the time that it's going to take, how do you put all these pieces together, and then how to market and sell it. And then the confidence around, am I good enough to teach something, or the fear of success or failure, being able to put yourself out there and not, be afraid of what people are going to think or say. So confidence level, and definitely that's something that I can relate to. I'm here putting this out here because I really believe that having online revenue is not only the easiest thing for us to do, it's the most underutilized thing that acupuncturists are aware of. And I really believe that if I can give you this information, that those light bulbs will go off. You go, oh my gosh, this is something that I can do. And also, it's something that I've been doing since 2007, since I discovered it. So I know it can be done, and I want to be here to show you how to do it. And I'm also going to add a sixth roadblock because it's not on here, and I should have probably listed it, but it is cost, because you can really spend more than you make very quickly if you do not understand what it is that you need your software to do for you in particular. So I'm really excited about this particular video because I'm going to go over the 5 automations that you need. So we're way down here in module 3, and it might not make as much sense if you haven't gone through the first 2 modules, but I still want to go ahead and put this out there. This might even be a video that I release before I release the other ones, because just putting it in the back of your mind so that you can relax and know that there is software out there that does all these things and does it for a very inexpensive price is going to make you, I think, a little bit more excited about doing all the other pieces. So just bear in mind, you will need to invest some money in getting your online revenue coming into you. And the biggest place that you're going to have to invest it is in the software that allows you to automatically sell your products while you are seeing patients, or while you are taking care of a sick family member, or maybe you're taking care of your sick self. Or, I remember last year when there were all these snowstorms and people had to close their clinic, and there's flooding, there's fires, there's heat waves, there's all kinds of reasons, hurricanes, oh my gosh, reasons why people have had to, stop seeing patients. They lose that income. And then I want to show you how you can continue to get income by having this online revenue set up for yourself. So these are the 5 essential automations you need for digital product creation and delivery. Just so you know, a lot of times I talk about online courses, but you can substitute that for any digital product. So an example of a digital product is just an ebook, or, which can honestly just be a PDF. My first ebook, so 140 some pages, and it was a Word document that I turned into a PDF. And so there's really simple ways to create products, and I am going to show you that in one of the other modules, so don't worry about that today. I just want to show you what your software needs to be able to do for you in order for you to, in a cost-effective way, go ahead and get your products out there and have them for sale while you are doing other things and hopefully living your very happy life. So the first thing that your software should, let me back up one second. So as I go through these 5 essential automations, I want you to know that at the end of this, I'm going to give you the software that I recommend, because it does all 5 of these automations and several more all in one place, all for a very reasonable price, which is less than $70 a month, which might sound like a lot to you, but when you get into all the different pieces here, it adds up real quickly when you start piecing together these other pieces of software. So I'm going to show you the one that that I use, but you don't have to use that. All I'm asking is that you make sure whatever software that you get can do these 5 things for you. Otherwise, it's going to make it very difficult for you to actually be successful in generating online income on a regular basis and very consistent basis. Okay, so as I'm going through these things, just make sure whatever software that you look at, it can do at least these 5 things. The first thing is you need to be able to have software that helps you design your course. And this should be easy for you to use. And what I mean by that is it should be a platform that allows you to very easily organize your content into modules or classes or lessons, and then easily update and add content to that or take content away. So you want it to have longevity. So you want to be able to go in there and add stuff or take stuff away. It should also be easy for you to upload the content in different formats. So you might want to write all your content down, that's fine, but you might also want to add videos or add an audio file or add PDFs. And then you want to give your customers the ability to download that information. Or maybe you want to restrict access and prevent them from downloading that information. So there's pros and cons for both of those things, but there are different times when you might want them to be able to download a PDF and print it out, or you might want them to even download a video so that they can take it with them wherever they go. But in some cases, you want to prevent that, so you're protecting your content. Your software should allow you to have those choices. And then, of course, you want to be able to keep your branding. This is true throughout all 5 automations. You want to keep your branding, your colors, your logo, your graphics, your domain name, all that kind of stuff. The next thing is your software should automatically allow you to deliver your course. And so what this means is it should be easy for your customer, the one who's actually accessing the information. It should be easy for them. So the first one was design your course. That should be easy for you to design it and get all the content and all the different formats together. But in the delivery, it should be easy for your customer. So what that means is there should be some structure to your course. It should be intuitive to them, where to click, where to go to next, how to get to each module and lesson. And it should be easy access for them. You should be able to register and log in and recover their password automatically. The content should be secure. So what that means is you should be able to decide what areas of, for instance, a course, or if it's an ebook, doesn't matter, what areas they can get to and what they can't do. And oftentimes that comes as membership area. So you can restrict access based on whether they're a free member or maybe they've upgraded and they're now on a monthly plan. And so now they get access to another area of your website or your content. So you want to be able to differentiate based on whether they're free or paid, or whether they bought maybe multiple courses. And so you should be able to automatically house this information in different areas of the same site or different sites, and you can kind of divert them into different areas. And there's an easy way to do this. So it sounds confusing, probably just because I'm not explaining it very well, but it's actually very easy to do. And the course should be able to be responsive, or you're going to hear me use the term adaptive. This is a kind of a newer way to create websites so that all the information that's on a desktop is not necessary on a mobile phone, for instance, where you have much smaller space and you're scrolling, and you want to be able to change the content around a little bit so it's more specific to the mobile phone user. So in this day and age, you've got monitors all different sizes, you got laptops all different sizes, you have tablets and iPads and I call them mini pads, but that's not right. iPad minis, that are different sizes. You got mobile phones that all have different sizes. So you want to be able to have your course or your ebook very easily read, or the video is able to be seen, or audio is able to be heard easily across all those different platforms. And that's where the adaptive piece comes in, where you can really go in and design it very specifically for those different devices. The third automation you want your software to do for you is to help you market your course. And this is where we're going to hear the term called funnels. So there are pieces of software that all they do is help you build funnels. So it's very important to be able to kind of track your customer, your person, through the marketing process and through the sales process. So the example of a marketing funnel is something you may already have on your website. If you have a place on your website for someone to subscribe to your email newsletter, then you actually have a marketing funnel already on your site. So it's a place for them to opt in, to give them to give you rather their email address. And this can be a little form on your site, or it can be an entire landing page where you describe what it is that they're going to get. And then it transfers them to a thank you page. And in a marketing funnel, you also want the ability to add in something called an OTO, or a one-time offer. This is something that's very underutilized, and it's something that you can easily sneak in between the subscribe to my newsletter where they put in their email address, and then right before you give them the newsletter, you say, hey, wait a minute. Just for this moment, my $100 course is on sale for $17. And it's just a one-time offer. You'll never see this again. And you don't have it anywhere else on any other site or any other place. It's the only place they'll ever see it. So it adds pressure, and it gives them an opportunity to get to know you better. That's just kind of a silly example, but it is something that if you have good funnel building software and you have good automations in there, you're able to add that in to any of your current funnels. So if you have like I said, a subscribed for my email or for my newsletter, you should be able to sneak that in there and test it out and see if it works and go from there. So your marketing funnel should also connect to your sales page so that you can transfer people from just being interested to actually purchasing. And then it should automatically help you to move them into an entirely different sales funnel. So they might go to a sales page, and then you want them to purchase. They have to go into that funnel, which I'm going to talk about next. But one of the things that funnels are able to do is help you distinguish between leads, prospects, and customers. And these are three different kind of categories of people, three different mindsets, and they kind of need three different messaging to move them kind of into the next process, the next place in your funnel. The next automation that you need from your software is to help you sell your course. So these are sales pages and sales funnels. They will take you through a shopping cart and a secure checkout where you can collect credit card or use PayPal is a really common one in the United States, but there are other platforms that will help you process credit cards or process payments. And you should be able to automatically set up one-time payments, or if you have a membership site, you might want to take monthly payments, or you might have a product that's a couple $100 and you want to give the purchaser an opportunity to break that up into a few different payments. So you should be able to have the choice of doing that with any kind of software. And then you should also be able to add in an upsell or a downsell or something we call an order bump. And you don't have to know what these things are. You've actually experienced them in your real life. We just don't call them upsells and downsells. So an example would be if you go into a fast food restaurant and you order your burger and fries and shake, whatever. I don't condone those foods, but if we've all done it. If you go in there and then they say, hey, for a dollar more, you can supersize that. So, and you say, well, that makes sense. I get extra everything, so I'm definitely going to do that. So that was an upsell. They just had you spend $1 more. So you should be able to do that in a sales funnel as well, where you can add on different things. An example of that, common example of that is, let's say you buy an ebook for $3, and then you go to purchase it, and they say, hey, for $12, I can give you the audio version as well. And you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. I can listen to it too. So yeah, I'll add that in. So that would be an upsell. But your software should be able to give you the opportunity to add that into any sales funnel. So you might have one set up and you're like, okay, I want to try an upsell in here. So I'm going to pop that in, or you can test it out, see how that works. And then the fifth thing you need your software to be able to do for you is to help you engage with your leads, your prospects, and your customers. And you want to be able to segment them. Because as I said, the way you communicate with a lead might be somebody who's never heard of you before, but is interested in what you provide. They don't really know you. And a prospect might know you, be familiar with you, may even have seen some of your free stuff, but they haven't purchased anything from you yet. And then a customer has already purchased something from you. So you want to segment them and speak to them differently, because an example of this is somebody who's purchased your ebook. You don't want to keep sending them emails and messages that say, hey, you want to buy my ebook? Right? That's annoying. You want to be able to move them into a different communication segment where you're able to say, hey, thanks for buying my ebook. Is there anything I can do to help support you with, whatever it is the ebook talked about? So you can talk to them completely differently. And hey, if you like my ebook, you might like my video course on, how to implement whatever. So that's a very powerful way to be able to speak specifically to people based on their behaviors and what it is that they're looking for from you. And your email automations are key to your success with any online revenue. So of all the different automations here, the email one is probably the most important. And I'm guessing that all of you have some form of email software, how it works and how it integrates and what it allows you to do. That's where you get into discrepancies and the different kinds. As I said, the software that I'm going to show you in just a minute includes email software. So it's already integrated into the entire platform. But other ways to engage with your leads and prospects and customers in different ways would be auto post tools, so auto posting to Facebook or Instagram. And those are just time savers. You can kind of stay ahead on social media, but you don't have to be on social media because that can be a big time waster. Chatbots are really a kind of a newer way to engage with people, and I'm learning just a little bit more about them now. Just as an example, the difference between emails and chatbots is the open rate with an email. A good open rate would be maybe 35%. So you might send out 100 emails and 35 might get opened. So the rest never even get opened. So your message already is starting out with just a very small portion of the people that are on your list. And that's a good open rate. Chatbots, on the other hand, the way they're being used right now, have like a 90% open rate. So that's a pretty significant difference. You send out 100 chatbots, it's 90 open, and it's not costing you any more time or anything like that to be able to engage with people. And chatbots are also being used just on regular websites, and they can be great time savers because they can answer some of the common questions. Maybe they're asking for directions or your pricing or something like that, or support. You can provide support with chatbots. There's so many different ways that they can be used. It's a really kind of a new area. So to be able to be on the forefront of that is, I think, really exciting. And then engaging through webinars, either live webinar where you're actually presenting information. It's a great way to get people introduced to who you are and what it is that you're all about, what you're selling. And then evergreen webinars are great because once you do a webinar that you're really happy with and you can record it, then you can just put it out there so it's available all the time for people to watch at any time. And that's also a really powerful way to get people to see who you are. And again, it's just marketing 24/7 for you. It's like a commercial for you all the time. And you don't have to continue to do it over and over again. And then live broadcasts are fun. People are doing those a lot in Facebook groups and on YouTube. I thought I was going to love doing live broadcasts in Facebook. And I started to do it last year. It was one of my goals for the year. And I started doing it and I ended up hating it. But some people, and I might revisit it, I don't know. But some people really love it, and they have private Facebook groups that are just for their members who've paid for a product, and they're able to coach and work with people. So I think it's a great tool to be able to do that. And I started out using software that was super expensive in order to do this, to try this out, to do this experiment. I mean, it was, it was, several $100s. So, to be able to show you software that is, like I said, just $70 a month and includes all these things is, it's less than $70 a month, is very exciting. To review, your automations need to help you design your course or your ebook so that it's easy for you to be able to put all the content together. You want to deliver it in a secure fashion, and it's easy for your customer to access, and it's intuitive to them to where to click next to get to the next part of it. Help you market your digital products through marketing funnels, and help you sell it through sales funnels and take secure payment and also pay you, so it's easy for you to get paid. And then engage through email automations and through other software. And all this should be able to keep your branding so that you're able to keep your logos and your domain name and your colors, branding colors, and that kind of stuff throughout these different platforms. And I bring this up because if you are going to be looking at different software, what you're going to find is that the email software is made in one country and has certain codes, and the funnel building software is made in another country and has certain codes, and the WordPress software, the templates that you're using and the plugins, and they have plugin conflicts and then updates, and those have certain requirements and codes and might conflict with this other stuff. Then you get third-party software that tries to integrate them all together with integration keys. And to keep your domain and your branding throughout all these different things, let alone your sanity, it can just be very confusing and crazy, and things can crash. So to be able to do that all in one place is very, very significant, and to do it for low cost is also very significant. So again, this is just the review of the 5 automations. You can do a screenshot of this, or just remember that the software should automatically allow you to design, deliver, market, sell, and engage. Those are the 5 things that are the most important. That covers your base 99% of the way. There's a few other little pieces of free software that I'll recommend to help you with. Like Canva is one of them, which I think is a really fun piece of software that allows you to do a little bit more creativity with designing things.